Hey everybody, you know me, Paul with Washington Pro Carpet Cleaning. I'm testing this new fire or dragon fire with D-limonene in it, or citrus, same thing I guess, made of orange peels. It's a new product that the ncapstore.com or ncapstore.com is going to be carrying. I've used it at a couple jobs over the last week. This one has a few traffic areas. It's hard to tell. It's that off brown looking nylon carpet. I'm going to spray it down with the Works sprayer. And I'll be using, probably 4 ounces of the new Dragon Fire with the citrus. It should be coming out within about 30 days. I was asked to do some tests on it. I've tested a few different places that actually it's working fantastic. And I'm not sure if it's the D-limonene that's putting a small amount of foam on the head there, just a little tiny bit, or if it's the peroxide that's in the Fire Dragon. So I've got it all ready to go here. I'm going to spray it down, and then I'm going to use the 175 today. I figured I'd give that thing a whirl. I've been using my new Koblenz 13-inch, which I absolutely love, and I've been going through all the pads. So I think I have a bunch of 17-inch pads out on the van, so I'm going to rely on the 17-inch, the 175, to get the job done today. So stay tuned, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, I carry this little bag, $4.97 at Walmart. I think it's one of those thermos bags, but it holds my pad driver and 5 or 6 Ironman pads. And I sprayed it down pretty liberally, so I'm not going to wet and wring out the rags. I'm going to do them, or the rags, the Ironman pads. I'm going to go over it dry. And with the 175, this one I think is a 1.6 horsepower is what it said. So it'll spin the pad no problem, dry or wet, damp I should say. And I'll show you, once I go through the first pad, I'll take it to the camera lens and I'll show you, and I'll also show you the construction of a new one, or relatively new. I've had them for a while, but they hold together real good. They're definitely one of the best pads on the market. So if you're looking for a good pad, reasonable price, you can order them in, I think, a case of 3 or 6. You can even contact Damon directly at the NCAP store, and just tell him you want to try one out, or 1 or 2 of them, and he'll sell you, in that format, and he'll put them in a lower priced envelope that might cost you maybe $5 for shipping. Otherwise, the flat shipping rate is $14.95, so keep that in mind. And I know I got a lot of people that are overseas or in Canada or Europe, and they would love to get the products, but I guess the shipping and the what do they call it, papers that have to happen, transition, can actually ring the price up a little bit. But I have heard that Damon is working on maybe a distribution plant up in Canada at least, and that way you guys will be able to get the products as well. So watch me knock this job out. I am going in a swing motion, and I'll usually cover an area at least twice. 1 pass across and 1 pass back. That gets both directions of the fiber. I should say all directions, because it's also spinning 360 degrees. So bear with me. I'll get through this job and I'll talk to you here in just a moment. Alrighty then. Let's check out the first pad. You can see picked up quite a bit of soil. And I'll try and show you here if I can get over there. I don't want to be off the camera, so let me get behind here and make sure I'm showing you the actual dirt. So when they say, where does the dirt go? It gets absorbed right into this pad. I could flip it over and use the backside, but you can see it's just starting to penetrate through to the backside, so I'll switch pads altogether. Probably take me 2 or 3 pads just to do. I'm doing living room, dining room, hallway, a couple closets, and a 1 bedroom. But you can look straight down at the carpet in front of me and see how beautiful it's coming out. All that traffic that was in that transition area. And here's the Iron Man pad, one of them that's not been used yet. It has a little graying to it, but you could see they're really good quality. People always ask me what pad I recommend. I have a few. This is one of my favorites, the Iron Man. Look at the thickness. And I've used this. This is probably 6 months old, but you could see the special weaving and pattern that they apply to this makes it very durable. Occasionally you'll have to cut a few strands off of it, but overall these things are just absolutely incredible for cleaning. So I'm gonna switch it off over here. You could see the area entering the kitchen, all that dirt is gone. The transition, you can just see the undertones of the carpet. And here I've already gone back. Fast forward you to this point. I did the back room, the closets, the hallway. I used both sides of this pad, I should say. So there you go. Made light work of that with the 175. And once I get my pads in the van laundered, I keep them moist in a baggie, plastic baggie, as they get dirty, so that if you let them dry out, it's harder to get the dirt out of them. So just throw them in a plastic bag or keep them in a bucket with a little water and then put them in your laundry, and that way the dirt comes out. And I have been using a little tip here. I was using the Tide cold water wash and it was doing a fine job, but I think Damon mentioned to me that Walmart or the Hispanic market, they have a product called Ariel. I think it's Ariel, Ariel. But you want to get the one that's Ariel laundry soap with Oxy. It's a powder. It comes in about a 4-pound bag for like $4 at Walmart. So you look down in the powdered section, go down, and you definitely want the one that says Oxy. My wife made the mistake and bought the one without, and it didn't clean as well. So you want the Ariel with Oxy, like $4.28 for a 4-pound bag. And I actually put about 6 to 8 ounces, depending how dirty it is, on a full heavy load. And I was trying out, I was using bleach in the past, and I did find out that bleach can actually deteriorate the pads quicker, so I stopped using that. But just warm water, the Ariel, or hot water in the Ariel, and the pads come out looking clean, or as clean as you saw that I just showed you. So I'll remove my pad driver, pack up my toys, I'll groom it. I'll show you a little bit of that. And that is my diamond grooming brush. You get 2 for $20 on Amazon. I have a link if you need it. And the handle broke on me though after, maybe, I don't know how long I used it, maybe a year. And so I bought this telescopic handle that was in the paint section of Home Depot. And man, that makes it about a 7-foot or almost 8-foot pole. So you can see I can cover a lot of areas. And if you slowly, methodically, do it, it's not a lot of labor, but you're pushing forward and pulling backwards. And if you do it at a pace like this, you'll get that really nice looking shine on the upstroke. And, it's always aesthetics with carpet cleaning. I used to use the rake and pull it all one direction, but, customers are so accustomed to steam cleaners that when they come in, like this customer left for coffee, she'll be back in a couple hours. But when she comes back, she'll see these nice shiny triangles just because I rubbed them in there. So it does make a difference. Sometimes in people's mind, those triangles mean it was really, really heavily vacuumed or it's just been cleaned. And you could see in a couple areas where it gets darker, where it's not dirt, it's where the fibers have untwisted and are laying open, so the shadows tend to reflect between all of the fibers. And if I can push the fiber forward, it lays flatter in one direction and the light will reflect off of it like a mirror. So I'll let you watch me finish grooming a little bit, and then we'll take a look at the results. And again, this was the new Fire Dragon product that is being tested out. I'm sure there's probably other guys that buy products from the end cap store that are testing these products. But so far, I'm pretty happy with this one. And I've always, sometimes I would do the Fire Dragon and I'd try to boost it with something, or I'd put a little peroxide in there, and it's not going to be necessary. I think that that's the good thing about the end cap store, is Damon notices that, and then he starts tweaking stuff, and he wants you to have a product that you can use just solo. And so this one you would want to use, it's got basically Green Dragon in it, a little bit of Oxy Boost, which is the sodium percarbonate, which is hydrogen peroxide, and now it's got the lemon or the orange peel citrus, which is I believe it's called D-limonene, and that's a heavy-duty degreaser. And everything's gone through special engineering and turned into a powder form that will dry to a powdered, basically like an encapsulation. So when that's available in 30 days, I'll let you know. I think you can always call Damon at the end cap store, and I know he sells these little two pound, I think it's 2 pounds sample size, and I think you can get a special shipping rate on that as well. But if you want to try out a couple products, give Damon a call. Be sure and tell him that you saw my videos on YouTube. I'm sure he'll be happy to know that. So there you go. Got a little shading from the window, but we'll have a look here at these other rooms. And this one was pre-vacuumed by the customer, so you want to try to eliminate as many steps of labor that you have to do yourself. And of course the product eliminates having to put a brush on there and spin a brush or a pad before you actually use the Iron Man. So there you go. I appreciate you joining me for this episode. I got to get to my next job. I'll see you in the next video.